7 of you and 2 likes. Thank you. Let's see, what have I missed while I've been on here? Good morning, Annette. And you're from the magic capital of the world, conjuring up a cup of coffee. That's great. Morning, Beverly.
This is the innovative McCormick Snap Tight
Hello
Bottle.
to everyone. Why am
A
I
bottle
hearing- are you
redesigned
guys
to
getting
seal in
an ad
vibrant,
right now?
long-lasting,
Why
fresh
am I
flavor.
getting an ad? Hold on.
McCormick Snap Tight Bottles
Whoa.
keeps flavor fresh and dinner
Sorry,
delicious.
guys, some technical difficulties.
Bottle
Are you
redesigned
guys
to
getting
seal in
an ad
vibrant,
right now?
long-lasting,
Why
fresh
am I
flavor.
getting an ad? Hold on.
McCormick
I
Snap
guess they
Tight
have
Bottles
decided that they are
keeps
going
flavor
to put
fresh
ads
and dinner
on
delicious.
my feed.
Bottle
Let's
redesigned to seal in
see.
vibrant, long-lasting, fresh
Hold
flavor.
on. I don't know how to even get rid of it. Can you hear ads on your end? Give me a second, folks. Let me see what's going on here.
Bottle redesigned to seal in vibrant, long-lasting, fresh
Hold
flavor.
on. I don't know how to even get rid of it. All right. Do you guys hear me or are you hearing ads? Let's see. Beverly, good morning, Leanna. Happy to see you live. Yes, because Sean is at QuiltCon and he posted he wasn't going to be on this morning. So I thought that would be a good time for me to go on because I never want to go on and compete with one of another wonderful creator. See, good morning, Leanna. Good morning, Chloe. Okay. Yes. Good morning, all. Yes, I hear you. Okay. So I don't know what was going on with that before. They now don't give you a choice whether to put on ads or not. So it's kind of a little crazy. But in any case, in order to reply, good morning, Catherine. In order to reply this morning, I have put good morning, Andrea. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Let me know how you're doing. I have put on some restrictions because the last time I went live, there was so many robots saying inappropriate things. So I've got Nightbot. Hopefully it wakes up and it'll be here today. I also have that you have to be a subscriber for at least 15 minutes, right? Yes, 15 minutes before you can comment. And then I do have something called like a 20-second or 30-second buffer, meaning that you reply and then you quickly reply again. It will put the reply through, but not until 20 seconds after. It's just to kind of get everyone at bay. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Sheila. Wow, we're all coming in. Great. Well, so being that this was impromptu and I saw it this morning at 5, yes, I woke up at 5. I got a good night's sleep, which is great. And good morning, Debbie. Oh, look, Debbie, my shirt from Puerto Rico, loca pero cute. Yes, I had to put this on this morning. And if you folks don't know what that means, it's like crazy but cute. So yes, it was a gift and I had to wear it. It's the rest of the PJs is not appropriate for Facebook. I mean Facebook for YouTube, but it's probably not appropriate for Facebook too. But you never know. I see some things on Facebook and I wonder, what is that all about? Special blend. She's having a discussion there with Chloe in that. So look at what I found. I found this last week. I found this at Hobby Lobby and it was 99 cents. And I had said that I needed a calendar because sometimes I say to you, let's see when we're going to work on this. And then I don't have a calendar. So I'm going to just put that, you know what? I'll just put it right there. And, someone's a member. Wait, who? Someone came up that's a member. I'm not quite sure I can do. Let's see. Oh, Andrea. Thank you, Andrea, for being a Chickadee member. That is so sweet of you. And I know that that's hard for you because I know that you are I think you've said that you are on unlimited incomes, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. But anyway, I bought this little rooster calendar. I don't know if you guys even care to see it, but we've missed January. And we are going to go right to February. So this is the February chicken. And I will be putting my little chicken up here for right now till I can figure out where else to put it. So yes, I have memberships. I do have memberships. I have the Chickadees and then I have the Happy Hens. The Happy Hens is member lives, but we haven't had I have one member called Rhonda. So thank you, Rhonda, for supporting my channel. She is a happy hen. But I will be having membership lives. I feel bad though because my kids brought something up. And so now I'm torn. I put up this whole membership thing and my heartstrings, they pulled on my heartstrings because you know what? Thank God, I think I've raised children right, somewhat. Right? We all have our quirks. But I pretty much tried to raise them right. And they said, but mom, you don't want someone giving you your last dime from their bank account to be part of your membership. And that's true. I don't. So if anybody's doing that, please don't do that. Just contact me. You can contact me versus email or, Facebook. I didn't even think about that aspect of it because, like they said, not everyone can enjoy maybe a special live or a special Zoom. And so I have to keep that in mind because when I started this, most of my content, most of it, is going to be free. Majority of it, like 95% of it. There'll be 5% that won't and will be going to members. But I feel terrible now that they've told me this. And so I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I do know that I started this because I would like to get sponsorships, of course, from people who can afford it, pass it forward. People who, may have a little bit more and would like to share it to someone else. And so I don't know, maybe I do that with buying me tea. There's that special thanks button. I'm not quite sure. That now that they have brought that to my attention this week, I'm a little bit torn of what to do about it. Um, and maybe I just need to say, hey, that's how it is. But yeah, but that's not me. So I appreciate you, Andrea. I appreciate you, Rhonda, and I appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you. Again, if you cannot afford it, please do not. We will still have fun. Okay? We will still have fun. I understand. I just really put it there just for folks who really can see. Dawn is here. Good morning. Sheila, I think I said good morning. Chloe, okay. So let's start off with that. I need a baby quilt. Yes, I need a baby quilt by Friday. And I kind of known about this baby quilt, and I had a baby quilt already made, which was a fringed flannel quilt. It will be an upcoming thing. That one I didn't do, but I will like to do something like that with you all in the future, way in the future, because as you can see, I've showed you a lot of projects that are going to be coming up. But I need a baby quilt by Friday, and I realized that baby is going to be born in a time that it is so hot. Andrea, I am on a limited income. This is true, but I love to give back to those who brighten my day. Well, thank you, Andrea. Good morning, Donnell. Makes me feel a little bit better, but I was a little panicked about it. And so, yeah. So this baby is going to be born at the end of April. Yes, we think that the baby might be coming sooner, hence why I need it now by Friday. But I had decided that fringe flannel with flannel on both sides, and then I put batting in between, may be too hot. So I am just going to do a basic cotton flannel. What is a French flannel quilt? Never heard of that term. Fringed flannel, fringed. Quilts by Friday, no problem by you. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem because I'm doing it right now live with you guys, and you guys are going to help me pick the fabric. So give me 2 seconds. So I'm just going to walk over there and get the fringed flannel quilt, and I will show you really quick for those who don't know what that is. All right. Good morning, Joydy. Good morning. All right, so this here is a fringed flannel quilt. See it? And it's all flannel, and I cut up the sides. And then this is the back. And it's lovely. I love it. I know she would love it. I just think it's going to be really hot maybe for it. So we're going to go with plan B. Rag quilt. Yes, Rhonda. Rag quilt. That's another word for it. I mean, when I was taught, I actually went to take a class on that. I don't know, maybe 20 something years ago. Oh, you know it as a rag quilt. So I lived in Texas at that time, and I went to a quilt shop and they taught fringed flannel. That's what they called it. And so that's where I learned the technique and everything. So I've been calling it fringed flannel ever since, but you're right. A lot of people call it a rag quilt. So that's going to be too hot. So let's go with plan B. And I think this will be good. And we're going to do a 3-yard quilt because those are really fast and easy. And it's simply blocks. And because it's going to be fast and easy, I think I can get it done. The problem is the quilting, because I still have that purple quilt that I will be quilting this weekend and getting that out to where it needs to be. So I'm going to warn everyone, I am going to go move the camera. All right, I'm going to just bring it on over. And I know we have Donnell on here. And Donnell, one day, I actually should call you so that we can figure out how to install Nightbot to give your channel. And her channel is Donnell Stitchery. If you have a channel and you're watching me, please comment and let everyone know about your channel. If you have a live going on today, please let us all know, because I think a lot of our content creators are at QuiltCon, which I was thinking about going to, but then, you know what, I'm going to Puerto Rico instead. I'd rather do that. So let us know. Let us know about your channel. Let us know if you're having a live today. And even if you're at QuiltCon and watching me and you're having a live at QuiltCon, let us know. That would be great. So here we go. We are going, and I was wondering if Donnell was going to have her live today. She normally has a live, I don't know what time, 10, 10:30? I just know to go after Sean's. Yes. So when I went through, I don't have a lot of juvenile prints. I do have a lot of juvenile flannel prints because that's my go-to baby quilt. And then when it is a baby that's more in the spring and summer, I do something like this, but I don't know. I guess I've normally just bought when I needed it. So this is what I found. I had a yard of this and this here, Donnell. Yes, I'll be live. Oh, with Debbie. Oh, yes, Debbie. That's right. Debbie is on here. She is also from In Quilt Fect. So please check out her channel. So I guess you can see her and Donnell at 10. I will see you ladies on and off, but I will see you. I thought about going, but decided to buy, this is Sheila, buy a chair at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Show, which is here next week. Oh, Mid-Atlantic. Is that in Virginia? Okay. Well, Donnell and Debbie, I will definitely try to be on that, because I think that'd be good. I think the 3 of us should do something. I would love for the 3 of us to do something, honestly. So here's the first one. So this is the focal. This I've picked because this is what I have. So we have to work with what I have here. My quilting peeps. I'm going to call you my peeps, okay, for right now. This is going to be the focal. Yes, okay. Wish I could have gone to QuiltCon, but subs are hard to find. Yeah, subs are very hard to find. And honestly, when I am out, and I was out for the Houston International Quilt Festival, there is no sub for me. No sub. So when I'm out, I'm out. And then when I come back from the building, I mean, I have people text me, "Are you okay?" during when I'm out. Most people know where I am, though, when I did that, because it was personal days. But like, yeah, they're like, "Oh my God, I missed you," because there is no one that does what I do at my school. So therefore, there's no sub for me. So yes, I didn't even think about the subbing thing. I just thought about the monetary part of it. So this is it. This came from, according to this, This came from Joann's. I don't recollect buying this at all. Let's see, Andrea, suggestion to creators. When you post what time you're going live, please put your time zone so those of us in other time zones can adjust. Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if I did that this morning. I might have and I might have not. I don't remember. So yeah, Donnell, same thing. I couldn't do both. I had to pick one or the other. My husband though was kind of sweet last night because I was going through and I was like, oh, I really looked. Donna and Fran, Fran was telling me this week she was traveling, and I just was like, oh. And he goes, well, if we get in the car now and we drive, it'll be like a 10 to 12-hour drive, and we can get there in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, no. It's too much, and then we still got a hotel to deal with, so no. So anyway, so this is Joann's. Getting back to this, but this is Joann's. I don't know where I got it. I don't recall purchasing it. So my guess is that this was a beautiful gift to me that someone gave me. So thank you to whoever gave it to me. They're probably not on this live. They're probably not even watching YouTube. Probably don't even know I do YouTube. It's probably was a family member. I don't know, but we're gonna use it. Now this is where you guys come into, because I have options and I was having a hard time figuring it out because I really don't have a lot of juvenile prints. So here we go. Now this is 3 yard, so I need 3 coordinating things. So here is, well, let's move this. Maybe move this up. Let's move this up. Okay, and this is for a boy. This is for a boy. So I have this green right here. I have this green. Those frogs are adorable. They are adorable. They are. I just, normally when I buy, I don't know, if I find a juvenile print I like, I try to put stuff together thinking I know it's going to be a 3-yard quilt. Joydy, me neither this year, Donnell. Got to save up for 2026. It'll be somewhere in the East Coast again. Yes, because next year, QuiltCon, I think, will be in Arizona. I think. I don't know. I know that next year I most likely am, I think, going to the Houston International Quilt Show will be a reoccurring thing for me, possibly. So that I'm saving up for. Gotta go and get ready. Yes, you gotta go get ready for your life. Go for it. So that's my green. I have this green option. But now the problem with this green option that I'm putting up here is I don't have a yard of this or a yard of this. Oh, wow. I see I have 39 folks. Please say hi, introduce yourself to us, and hit the like button if you have time, the thumbs up. So I have 2 half yards, and this will be another option. So this could be, and I'm going to put little cards here so that when you guys vote what you guys want, that's what we're going to do. And then I have, yes, Phoenix. Okay. So I have now this fabric, and this is not yardage. I had these pieces, but there is like enough for a yard, and I can make it work. Or we have this. Here we go. So these are the greens. Do we have all the greens in the shot? All right. Now let me show you the yellows. The yellows, I only have 2 choices. And of course I have a lot more yellow. It just happens to be that they're not like the right. Actually, I don't have a lot of yellow. I don't have a lot of yellow and I don't have a lot of orange. Not sure why that is. And then this one, look, has like little stars. This one, I think you could see. Did I show you this one? Maybe I didn't show you this one. Good morning, Christy. All right. So this, wait. I do have a couple. I had this with that. And then this with either one of these. All right, so now let me put Post-its on here, and then you guys can start telling me. Hopefully I can run it pretty quick. If you do a 3-yard quilt with the frogs being boxed in, you can buy those two smaller. Yes. Yes, correct, Donna. You are absolutely right. And I had one that was boxed, but I hadn't tried. So like I've made most of these 3-yard quilts, but I've never made this one, and I just wanted to try to make it. I've made that box one numerous times because I do it out of scraps. It is a very, so, okay, so this is the focal. My thought was, but it may be too busy, you know. Oh, you would eliminate this one? Or, well, these two go together because these two are half yard. Let me put the numbers so then I know what green you're talking about. So I have green 1. This here is 1. I probably can't even see it. And this set, it's going in a set, is 2. And this lighter green is 3. All right, now I have, for the yellows, this one will be 4, and this one would be 5. Now, I'm going to make some combinations of stuff that I thought may work. So here is, moving all this so I could kind of go with some of the things. And really, this only happened maybe a half hour before I got on the live when I realized I need to get a quilt done. I mean, I have my long list of things I have to do today, but this has to take precedence right now. So this was, this is 4. Okay. And this is 1. This might be a little too busy, and this would be together. So I would put these together because when you sew them, this piece is going to be on its own, and this piece is going to be together. So there's one thought maybe it was going to be too busy. Then I thought if it was too busy, you know, like these could go in, and then it gives you different textures. It gives you a star, it gives you a plaid, and it gives you a little texture. But there's so many ways one can do it. I mean, I had this here at one point. What I liked about this fabric was that it had blue, green, and red, and yellow. So that was the only reason. But, I mean, we can all go real pale. Like this is bright and this is pale. And then we have this that we can use. So let me start writing down some things. Let me show you the pattern again. It is going to be that. And I have my pad over here. All right, so let's go look at the comments. I'm gonna go and scroll through, come down. All right, so I have that. I would eliminate darker green. Okay. Do you usually audition your fabric by putting it up on your design wall? Not necessarily. Sometimes I do. I mean, I did it today. I normally always use my design wall once I've sewn everything up. But yeah, sometimes I do, I guess, and I don't realize it. All right, so Annette has 1, 3, and 5. Keep 2 and 4. Keep 2 and 4. Okay, so wait, 1, 3, and 5. Well, I have to use this, Annette. So the combination would definitely be just 2, a green and a yellow. So if you're listening, give me a green color and a yellow color to go with this here. Let's see. So we'll go back. So Andrew has a 2 and a 4. It could be your darker fabric paired with your yellow number 5. Yes, it could. I like 1. So you have 1 and 5. 1 and 5. 1 and 5 gets a check there. Hard to really discern actual coloring on a small screen, I know. Yes, I love the darker yellow with the darker green. So darker yellow is 4 and darker green. So you're saying 4 and 1, which is this here, this combination right here. All right. I'm thinking for a baby, visual stimulation is good. So brighter fabrics. Right. So that's why I first pulled this out, because it was bright. And I thought maybe it'd get the baby's focal eyes going. But then I didn't know if it was too busy. So I thought, you know what? Let's see what you guys think. Okay. So you're thinking, okay, 4 and 1 gets another one. Can you focus clearer on your design wall? Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to move you. I think I lose some of the greens. Let's see if I do that. Here, is that better? All right. Annette, 1, 3, or 1 and 5. Okay. Got that. Let's see. Darnell says light blue. I would say use the light yellow and light green. Keep the pastels because otherwise the darker colors will be too much. Right. I mean, yes, there's that. So that's why I had a bright one. I mean, there's just so much, because research at school, like bright colors is what gets children to focus their eyes and whatnot. But pastels, it just looks baby-like, right? It's very hard. Beverly says 1 and 4. Okay. The 3-yard quilts needs focus and needs focus. Her frogs and a light with a dark. Yes, but I always break the 3-yard rule. I break it all the time, so I don't necessarily find there. But yes, the thing is normally the focal, a dark, and a light. So if we went by the 3-yard quilts rule, it'd be like this, this, and this, or it would be like this, this, and this. 1 and 4. I think the darker green would make the blue fabric pop more. Yes. Dark green and light yellow. So what color is that? So dark green is 1 and light yellow is 5. Okay, so that's another one. And what else is that? Dark green and light yellow. So that's okay. That's what I just did there. Let me see. Have you taken a picture of? Yes. I have not taken a picture because I'm using my phone to talk to you all right now. But actually, I generally don't do that, but I'm going to start doing that. And I believe you're the one who gave me that idea, and I like that idea. And I need to start getting into the habit of that, because that is actually a really good quilting tool that I have not done yet. Quilt rules are made to be broken. Go for it. I do it too. Dark green and white green. Oh, you know what? I didn't even put that combination together in my head. So I'm going to move this just for a second, because that was not even a combination that I had on my radar. Let's see. Here's dark green with light green. Oops. Dark green with light green. It's going to be too much green for the mom. I see it now. That's probably why I never did it. Great idea, Rhonda. But the mom wants to stay with yellows and blues. And so when I saw this and it had a little pop of these frogs, I said, it's okay, because it's got definitely a lot of blue. And I figured if I put a yellow, it'll bring in the yellow. So I definitely have to keep a yellow in there. Let's see. 2 and 4. 2 and 4. You know, that was a combination I had. 2 and 4 was a combination I did play around with for a little bit too. Here's 2. Because I thought maybe, even though they're 2 half-yard cuts, maybe it would give the quilt a little bit more interest just because there's more fabrics to look at. So let me move this over here. Let me get another one of these pins. There we go. So there is 2, 4, and the focal. The yellow with the white then. The yellow. Oh, this yellow. This is this green. You're talking about this green. Which yellow? Let's see. The yellow with the white. So it would be, you're talking about this combination right here. That would look nice too. Because it is. This is like a very neutral. It's so hard, right? I mean, maybe I gave myself too many choices, and I didn't think I gave myself too many choices. So that there is the combo that is pleasing to the eyes, 2 and 4. I think so too. I have a lot of people just writing 2 and 4 now. I love the 2, but it looks like a focal fabric to me. Right, so it does, but because the mother kind of has she has kind of told me a little bit of how she's decorated and where she was going for it. The reason I had chosen this was because it had blue and yellow in it, which is what she was going for. The green is just because this is the only focal fabric that was nursery-like that I had. I mean, I could almost just change it and make this the focal, but I know that she likes characters. I just know her personality. So I love the 2. Okay. I do like 2 and 4. Nice and choice. All right. So we have now 4 votes for 2 and 4, 3 votes for 1 and 5, and 2 votes for 4 and 1. That will be bright and cheerful. Okay. So you know what? We're going to call it. We're going to call it. We are going to call it. It was not what I was going to originally do, but I think this is actually a better choice. I actually agree with all of you because I had a hard time too trying to pick it out. I will show you what my original choice was this. I just felt it was too busy. But I figured, oh well, it's a kid's quilt, it'll be bright and lovely. But you know what? I like this, and that's why I had pulled these out, because the dark, this green, and this green all have the same coloring, and then it's got a little bit yellow that brings the yellow and the lighter. So we're gonna go with 2 and 4. All right. I hope I didn't break anybody's hearts, but it's honestly not the one I had put together, but I love it. I love it much better. And you know me, we'll scrap it up. We'll make it work. We always do. You know, the crazy thing is the backing. I already have the backing for this, which is a fleece. And the fleece has nothing to do with this fabric. So I don't know. I may have to convince the mom not to go with that fleece. Christy. Hi, Mona. How are you? It's going to be adorable. So now here's the shocker. I love this. Now, I love it, right? The back. I hope she's not watching this. No, she doesn't watch YouTube. The backing, not so much. And it's okay. It's going to be cute. I know it's going to be cute because this is going to be what you're going to see, right? The back is blue. I had nothing to match this. And it's little chicks, right? You would think, because look, little chickens. So cute. Chickens. So yeah, there's going to be this. So it's going to be this in the back, ladies. I don't know what to say. I'm thinking maybe talk to mom before I put it together, and maybe we can get just a solid blue for the back. You know, I don't know. But, oh my gosh, aren't they cute? They're adorable. I love this. It's just, I don't know if it necessarily goes with this. I guess, like the mom said, it doesn't have to necessarily go with it. She doesn't care if it goes and matches at all. So I said, okay, you know, as long as we got the blue and the green, I mean, the blue and the yellow, and I added the green, we're good. I'm like, okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Before I long arm anything today, I will definitely touch base with her. So I'm going to move the camera one more time, and you're going to watch me talk to you guys. Tell me what you're doing this morning, and we are going to cut a 3-yard quilt. I don't think I've ever cut a 3-yard quilt. It says piece the back with all the other fabrics you had in mind. I would, but that part I'm going to leave to the mommy of the baby, because we had that yeah. we're going to make the top, and then we're going to discuss with mommy later on what to do with the back. If you trade out the green with the white, green come closer to matching. Shared you out. Oh, thank you, Mona. Just bind it in the matching color. Got a glimpse of yellow in both. Yes. I'm sewing borders onto a quilt this morning. It will be reversible. Yes. Dishes. I will do some blanket applique machine stitching. It will be reversible. I love this. She's going to love this. I know her. She's going to love this. But she also loves this. So you know what? When I always say to people, it's not my quilt. When I get special orders, it's not my quilt. And, you know, I respect whatever anyone likes, especially if they want something specially handmade. I like the backing being totally different from the top. Great, because that's looks like what's going to happen. I'm putting on makeup because I had hormonal issues this week that broke out my face really bad. I truly hate menopause. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And here I am waiting for it. I am waiting for it because a couple of my autoimmune things apparently will go away once I am fully in menopause. So I'm like, bring it on, please. I'm tired of all the other stuff. Good morning, Marie. Yes, you're starting a new quilt today? Well, I've got a lot of work to do, but I have to stop. Donnell, I feed you. Put milk and bread on it. Okay, that's a different one. I've never heard of putting milk and bread on your face, but I know people put avocado on their face and bananas and oatmeal, so I might have to try that. Milk. I think she's talking about your face. I mean, she may be talking about breakfast, but I think she's talking about your face. All right, so let's go and cut one of these quilts up. Can you see me? Gotta get going while we watch the replay. Make it a great day, everyone. Well, thank you, Donna. I appreciate all your help and all your ideas. And I really am going to start taking pictures. Actually, I'm going to take a black and white and take a picture and maybe post it, because I think that's a fabulous idea that you give me, because I've heard a lot of things about that, and I think that would be a great tool for me to add. All right, so this is how I start. Let's see, Joy T. I think with your expertise, any way you choose to sew the quilt and colors you choose, it will be adorable. Oh, thank you. Exactly. I often get orders that are not my taste in color combinations, but it's not my quilt, so I just go with it. As long as the person's paying for it is happy with it and pays for it, then I am happy too. Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting paid for this quilt, but you know, I want someone to be happy. I want them to be happy with whatever quilt it is. Just a little piece on it, cover it, and I will draw it out. It also works for thorns. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Just a little piece on it. She's talking about the bread. Cover, and it will draw it out. It also works for thorns. Good morning, Nancy. All right, so I'm doing a no-no, and I'm rotary cuttering on the side. All right, so I straighten out the edge with the top here. I make sure that I have everything done, and I come in here. All right, so this here, according to this, well, according to me, what am I saying according to this? I mean, I am going to be putting those frogs right in this spot here. So that much I know I'm going to be doing. And I need to cut, so that's fabric 1. I need to cut these strips out. So, and I can't give it to you. I can't give you the measurements as it's not my pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I tried to think of a free 3-yard quilt that I could do so that I can give it to you. But there wasn't one that wasn't super easy. The new ones that they have out, they have 3 new ones out that are free. One has a ton of half square triangles, and I really don't have time for a half square triangle situation. So therefore, and I already cut this wrong. Did I? No, I didn't. And so then they have one called Baby's First Blanket. But it was like, it's cute, it's great, but it was too simple for me. I needed a little bit more. So I went ahead with this one, and this one cuts really good. And I measure once, twice, and there's an easy way. I put this here to kind of show you. You can take washi tape, like here. Mona, are you going to be on with Donnell? Wait, what? I thought Abuelita from Imperfection was going to be on with you. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll watch you anyway. I was just wondering if it was going to be Debbie or Mona. I have 6, so I'm going to go. Oops, you didn't hear that. And I actually didn't finish the measurement. Oh, Debbie. Okay. So I put the washi tape where I need to, so I'm not constantly counting, to help me out. It's a little tip. Put it there, and I know I can just come in and one more. So what is anyone know what they're making for dinner? So I have a little piece because it was a little extra. It was a little bit more than a yard on there. I think I'm going to make pork chops for dinner. I'm leaning on making pork chops. I bought yesterday pork chops, a beef roast, ground turkey, 2 pounds of ground turkey, in which I made tacos last night. Last night we had ground turkey tacos with black beans and brown rice. So, and then I bought a beef roast to make stew at some point, and pork chops. So, I don't know, I think today I may make pork chops. It's really beautiful out, so I'm definitely going to go and walk on we have something called a rail trail here. And I know they're all over. I'm not sure. We had tacos last night. Yeah. Wait, that's okay. I'm mixed up all the time. Taquitos. Ooh, taquitos. I love taquitos. What kind of pork chops? So, let's see. What kind of pork chops? I was thinking about making something called chuletas, which is Puerto Rican pork chops. But I don't think I'm going to do that. It's so beautiful outside that I think I'm going to fire up the grill. And I think I'm going to do some kind of Asian. I do these Asian pork chops that are really good. Asian marinated pork chops. And I just take the pork chop and I put freshly chopped, very fine ginger. Oh, pork chops guisada. Well, no, that's what the beef roast is for, because I'm going to call it carne re guisada. Carne re guisada is beef stew. Andrea's making brats and sauerkraut. I had that last week, but not brats. I had kielbasi. And then I have to do this. Now I can move my washi tape to the next measurement I need to make here so that I can make this easier. And I just am double checking. So, oh my God, I'm going to stop for a second so I don't make it, because I have to read this. Hubby is mixing up pasta bake with the leftovers tonight. I don't know what I'm having. It depends on the special is at the Moose Club. Ooh, the Moose Club. What kind of cuisine is at the Moose Club, Mona? So going back to my pork chops. So you take the pork chops, and I take soy sauce. I take freshly ground ginger, freshly ground garlic. I'll stick some shallots in there. And then I stick something called ginger chili paste, and you get it in the Asian market. And so I stick a little spoonful of that, and then I mix the whole thing up. And I do some people think it's strange, but I'm telling you, it's really good. I will stick a dash of cinnamon if I don't have 5-spice powder. I think I have 5-spice powder, so I'm going to just throw some 5-spice powder. And 5-spice powder does have some cinnamon. And I'm not talking about like you're putting cinnamon to make cinnamon oatmeal raisin cookies or anything. I mean like the tiniest little dash. It's amazing what it does. And then I'll let those sit and marinate all day. So after this live, between me getting off this live and going to Donnell's live, I'll marinate them and put them in the fridge. And then I'll just grill them, and they're really yummy. Nikki, good morning from Missouri. We're doing pork steaks. I know all about your pork steaks in Missouri on the grill, baked beans and asparagus. So my my ex-husband is from Missouri. And so I'm very familiar with Missouri cuisine. And yes, we used to have pork steaks all the time. And as a matter of fact, when I can find them here, I make them. I don't know if you make them the same way, but it involves taking your pork steaks, some beer, and some Lipton onion soup mix and marinating it in that first. Then this is his family, then they grilled them. And then they had barbecue sauce. They took them off the grill. They put barbecue sauce, and they either finished them on the grill, but most of the time they stuck them in the oven and braised them in the barbecue sauce. Not sure if that's the way you're making them, Nikki, but that's the way I was taught to make Missouri-style pork steaks. I cook a lot of Indian and Asian foods too. Yes, we just had some Indian food. We just had some Indian food. My son is actually just working at a new Indian restaurant, and so I'm going to try them out. We eat a lot of Indian and a lot of Asian. I had made this week a shrimp, the Japanese eggplants, and bok choy. And I mix that all together with GGS, and GGS is ginger garlic scallion. If you don't know, it's a little shortcut. And what I do is I first put sesame oil in my wok. I'm not good at cooking, so I put sesame oil into my wok, and then I add a GGS, which is ginger garlic scallion, and I saute that up. Then I added my eggplant, I added my shrimp, and I tossed that until it was nice and cooked. And then I added my bok choy, some sweet soy. It comes in a jar, not in a bottle. I can only find it at an Asian market, but I know that I have ordered it through Amazon when it was COVID, because I wasn't going food shopping, so a lot of places were closed. So it's called sweet soy. So I just add the sweet soy in, I dump the bok choy, toss everything up, and then I just serve it. Though this time I added some honey roasted peanuts, just to give it a little crunch. Nikki, we finished them in the oven too, but I'll try the soup mix. Yeah, beer and soup mix. That's what it sits in all day long. So try it out. I don't know. That's what they taught me, and that's how I make it now. I made beef quesada last night. I love ethnic food. We changed to a cooking. Wow, quilting. Yes, because I love both things, right? Quilting and cooking. It's my two favorite things. And now it's making me hungry. I gained 2 pounds this week when I lost 8 and I gained 2. It's what it is. I was a bad girl this week, I guess, is my thing. You know, my job is a bad influence. Oh, I cut this wrong. Yeah, even though I put it right where it's supposed to be, I cut that wrong. Are you kidding me? Yep. Well, let's see. I might have to alter this pattern. Let's see. Well, I have more here. Let's see what I did. Give me a second here, and that's what I get for, and I said that to you 3 times, right? I count twice. I put the washi tape. Let's see how many of these little guys I need. I need 20 of them. Let's see how many I have here. I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We will see. Yeah, too much talking. That's all right. It's not your fault. It is kind of hard to run a live, and I normally do cut all this ahead of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I was 7, 8, 9. I wasn't really sure my combination at that point. I think I'll be fine. I'm fine. This fabric doesn't go anywhere else except for 1, 2, 3. This fabric doesn't go anywhere else except for those blocks. So it's not like I need any for the borders. And so I'm not too worried about it. There's so many other things I need to be worried about, like when I go to work, not feeding my face, because work is a bad influence. Work is such a bad influence. We have food in our faculty room every day, all day, and someone this week decided that they were going to bring in ice cream. Yes, ice cream. 1, 2. They were bringing in, guess how much ice cream? Not 1 pint, not a half gallon. No, they brought 6 gallons of ice cream in the building. 6 gallons. Who is the creator who says enough talking already? She crafts me up. Oh, I know who that is. I watch her. Oh, what is her name? Oh, I just watched her. She just did, oh my goodness. She's the one that does those big gingham blankets. Tracy. It's Tracy. Oh, yes. Thank you for giving me the thumbs up. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I am just short 2 blocks, and that's not a big deal because that's when Franken fabric comes in. So I am going to go ahead and sew 3 of these together, and then I will cut them to the size they need to be. And that's that. Now we are going to go to this fabric, and this fabric is fabric 2. And the good news is I had already pre-ironed these fabrics before I came on here, the sewing channel. Yes. And I was doing good until I was talking about food. And it's part of talking about food and eating food, and my building not being friendly to dieting because they just bring in all this yummy stuff. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so, oh, that's not the size I'm doing. That's right. Here we go. Good morning, Dominique. Yes, Dominique. How are you doing? How's everyone doing this morning? All right, so now I have this going here, and I've got it. Now the rest of this is for borders, and I never follow the directions on here for borders. I just do whatever I decide. Are you on every Saturday at 9? Me? Mona? No, I'm actually not. The only reason I'm on here today, this early in the morning, is because Sean, from the Guy Who Sews, he is in, where is he? He's at QuiltCon, and so he canceled his live. And because he canceled his live, I had decided that I would do a live. I don't want to compete with his live and Donnell's live. It's just not for me. So if Donnell's not on one day, maybe I'll go on a live on the Saturday. If Sean's not on, I'll go on a live. But other than that, yeah, I don't. It's more convenient for me, but I won't do it. So I just realized something. And you see, I didn't know that when we were coming into this. So we have our yellow and we have Donnell. Next Saturday, I will be live. Aren't you live today, Donnell? I'm so confused. I thought you were live today. Good morning, Lizette. All right, so when we discussed these greens, I said I only had 2.5 yards. And when I'm looking at this pattern right now, right? And I did read it, but it didn't come. So fabric 3, which is these green fabrics, right, is really for border and binding. So I only need like this, 2 strips. I need these 2 strips of yellow. I only need 2 strips of green, and then the rest are different borders. So since that's the case, which I meant next Saturday I will not be live. Oh, okay, Donnell. So Donnell will not be live next Saturday. So maybe I will be live next Saturday. If that's the case, then I will be live next Saturday. I have to put that in my agenda unless I go away. All right, so now I have a big ask again from you all now. And just when I thought things were gonna get easy. It's all right. So we have this fabric. That's our focal fabric, right? And then we, as the viewers, picked this fabric earlier. Well, now I know I only need one of these green fabrics, and then the other one will be the border. So one is border, and one is to actually go with this yellow and stitch together. So here we go. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Which one am I making my 2 strips out of? Andrea says this one. I kind of agree, almost, Andrea. Yep, I do like that. And then we got this, and then this for the border. 1. I'm with you. 1. 1. 1 is a consensus. This for border. Oh, this, okay, 1, 2. I am at a vendor at a craft show next Saturday. I can email you when I know the dates of my craft show Saturday so that I can make a spot for those if you want to. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Okay, so far one is in the lead. All right. 1 going once. 1 going twice. All right, sold. We're going with 1. That's 1. And we will use this other one for border. 1 for border. Yep. All right. I'm going to walk over here for a second. I like the checks. Oh, that makes things so much better when things work out like that. Because here I was stressing that. I mean, I've done it all the time. You know that. You come and see me and I scrap up these 3-yard quilts. And that's how it is. All right. So here we go. I'm going to come over and give this a quick iron. And I am almost back. Let me go on the other side. Here we go. We're going to go cut it. So now I have this. And we're going with the checks. Please, everyone, make sure that give the thumbs up to our hostess. Well, thank you. Yes, I see I have 54 people on. I'm pretty excited. That's the most I've ever had on a live. Most of the time, it's a handful of you guys and then like a handful of robots. But I like the checks too. Okay, good. So we're going to go with that. And here we go. And I still even have this. So that probably can end up being border. Though I don't like, I mean, and I don't mean to offend anybody, because you know what? I'm not the quilt police. I'm telling you what I do. I am not a big fan of economy binding. I do it when I have to because I'm in a pinch and I need to get binding and I want to use a specific fabric. I am the girl who actually likes to take the back from the side after I long arm it, and I think people call it cheating binding. I don't know. You know, I tend to like to do that, but if not, then my go-to binding is a 2.5-inch binding. Andrew's like 23 thumbs up with 49 currently watching. That's funny. I'm not even looking at that. All right, so I am going to move us. I'm going to move us because while we sew and chat, I'm going to quickly, hopefully you can see me a good angle. Here's my design wall. I'm going to put these, I think these are the ones that I screwed up. Let's see. These are the ones I screwed up. So I am going to come here and piece this one with this one, and then I'm going to center cut it. I faced a quilt or two. Is that what it's called, facing? I honestly don't even know. That is actually how I was taught to, when I first got into quilting a very long time ago. That's how I was taught to quilt, is just to bring your back to the front. Like from my grandmother, and well, my grandmother really wasn't a quilter, but I must have learned that from her. And if not from her, I learned it somewhere. Oh, great, that works. But a lot of my charity quilts, I guess, get faced. And then when I do a lot of my fancier work, I do use a 2.5-inch binding. Not that a 1.25-inch binding isn't good. I've done that too. It's just I prefer. All right, so you see I'm going to put these 3 pieces together, and then I'm going to cut the number that I need, but not right now. I'll just leave that over. So according to this pattern, it is efficient use of fabric. I find it is when I bring the backing to the front. So here we go. We are going to take fabric 2 and 3, and we are going to make a strip piece with this. And I come in here and I do the whole strip. And I just follow, I don't stretch anything. I just kind of make sure that it is all straight, the edge, and I just go through. And then after I'm done with this, I will press. I mean, you can press however you like. There's a million different ways. I mean, I was taught press to the dark side, but honestly, I don't follow any pressing rules. I just go with the flow with pressing. A lot of times I can figure out the pressing on my own. In the Fabric Cafe books, there is no pressing directions. Fran, if you watch her videos on YouTube, she presses everything open so that she does not have to worry about which direction pressing is. Thumbs up for sheets. I have done that too. I've only used a sheet once for one of my kids' blankets because they loved this sheet in the store. Oh no, that's not true. Twice. My daughter was big into Laura Ashley, and my mom had gotten Laura Ashley curtains for her. No quilt police here. Do what works for you. That's right. And she wanted a bedspread, and that was a class I took. It was kaleidoscope quilting. I'm sure you've seen it, where you take your fabric on the runs. I think it is what you stack 6 or 8. They called it stack and whack back in the day. Cost effective if you buy them at the thrift store. Yes. So I made her stack and whack, and she had picked a fabric that looked very close to her Laura Ashley fabric at our local quilt shop when we used to have one just not too far down the road. and and then she wanted the backing though to be identical to her curtains. So what we ended up doing is Laura Ashley, when they sold curtains, they always had a bed set, and she did not want the quilt set that went with the curtains, so I bought a sheet and I used that for the back of her quilt. I will say though, that was probably the most expensive backing I had ever used on a quilt to date. To date. Because back then, I don't know, what is that, 20 years ago? I did this in like, no, I did it in probably like 2002. You know, Laura Ashley, a sheet, just one flat sheet, I think was a ridiculous amount. I don't even know what it was. My mom bought it. I don't think I could afford it then. So, yes, love when I went. So that was the first time I put a sheet on as a backing. And then the second time, my son saw something that he absolutely loved. And I've had no problems. I know there's a lot of people who don't like to use it. Let me go. There we go, that's better. I have someone at work whose mom has passed on, and her mom was a quilter, and so she gave me her mom's quilt tops. And I said to her, wait a second, why are you giving me your mom's quilt tops? She goes, because I don't sew, I don't quilt. Well, that was not all right with me, so I said, I appreciate that you have given me your mom's quilt tops, but I would like to quilt it for you. And I think there's two of them. They're in there. I'm going to work on those in a couple of months. And she gave me her mom's quilt tops. I'm going to quilt them for her. And I had asked her if she had any old sheets or any backing that she wanted on there. And she said, no, I don't have any backing. Fabric, you can put whatever you want, but I have my mom's old sheets that I could not get rid of because they were sentimental to her. So I said, well, great. So I'm going to be long arming the sheets. They're in fabulous condition. So and they're not even going to match the quilt, and she is completely all right with that they're not going to match. As a matter of fact, let me put this here. So she's going to have the fronts of the quilts, and it's basic patchwork, and then the back is going to be her mom's sheets. And I think that's going to look nice. Even though it's not going to match, it's going to be fine. I was at a yard sale and asked if they had any cotton sheets that were in good shape with no stains. I told her I was using for backing. She went in and brought out several, and I bought all. Wow. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, I mean, that's what we used to, right? That's what they did back in the day. So, oh, let me show you a couple of things while I'm waiting for this iron to heat up. So I, in conjunction with Soft Squares, am working now. The pattern for this mystery quilt is not my pattern. I am just doing the sample, and I'm just checking out the pattern. And so I'm editing it and doing that kind of stuff. But the pattern is not mine. But she is having a mystery quilt box. And she sent me this in the mail with the fabric that I'm doing, because I am doing one of the colorways. And I think I've shown you the colorway. And so she sent me that because I needed to get all the fabric in. I will be also doing the videos that go with that mystery kit that she's doing, and that will not be on that will not be on YouTube. That will be on a private closed Facebook. And then eventually it might end up being on YouTube. But if anybody's interested, you can go to her website and check out what she's doing. Now here it says it makes cheap fabric for my students to use too. So Annette, do you teach home ec? Is that what you're teaching? because I know that we talk a lot about school when we're on here. So I'm wondering, because if your students are using that, I always thought it would be fabulous to be a home ec teacher. And at one time, the district had asked me, but I don't have, in New York State, it's not like in Massachusetts and some other places. You have to have your teaching certification in New York to be either like preschool or preschool 1 or 1 through 3 or 1 through, I mean, they have all these different certifications. One of my subjects. Oh, great. And so I did not qualify. So at the time when all this was going on, I was actually teaching at the Culinary Institute of America. Guys, I was teaching at the Culinary Institute of America. You would think that if I could teach there, that I would be able to teach high school students how to cook and sew. But nope. In New York State, there's no exceptions. You have to have a teaching degree for a certain age group. And so therefore, when they hire a home ec teacher, that home ec teacher may not know anything about, or may not have much knowledge in sewing and cooking. Now here I had all the knowledge in the world of sewing and cooking, and was teaching at an actual school, a university. And yeah, you cannot in New York State. So that was kind of comical. They tried. I was up for it, but yeah, you can't do that in New York State. I could in other states, just not here. Oh, let's see. I taught sewing and cooking and canning. Oh, I love canning. I do canning as well, Andrea. Yes, I do canning. And this year I didn't get to it. I had some unhappy folks because I did not have any jam or jelly. We had no sewing machines. We started hand sewing. I put out an alert for old and unloved sewing machines. We are up to 10 that I am trying to get back into working condition. Now, where do you live, Annette, again? I'm sorry. And if you don't want to put it on here, then you can. I should know that because I mail you fabric from the swap. Never mind. Well, you could say it here, but I can look at it later on. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I could look on it later on. Because I only asked that because if you live close by, I may know some people who may, or I'm pretty good at getting things back into working condition if it's an old machine. When I go to the library, we used to have like a little sewing section, and on a Saturday, oh, you're not in the swap. Never mind. You're different than that. Okay. So Annette, yes, you can send me your info of where if you live near New York or New Jersey or Massachusetts, those are the places I travel through. I might be able to help you with some of it. I mean, like if it's something in the motor, I can't do. But if it just needs a good cleaning, that I can do. Goodbye, Mona. Okay, so I have now my strip assemblies right here, and that's it. The quilt is almost done. This is what we need to make the quilt. This is it. This is it. This is why I chose it, because I figured I could have chosen something that was a little bit more complicated, and then I feel like I would have a lot more mistakes than I already did. All right, here we go. Can you see? Maybe I have to put you up. Let's see. Sorry. Now you can see. All right. So I have to now cut. Remember I miscut these, so we're gonna have to cut these. I'm going to take a ruler that's the exact measurements. Time to hit the road and pick up my machine from the spot. Bye, Lizette. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, and I have to iron this down. Here we go. So I'm going to take this ruler. This is the exact size that I need. And then this way, this will help me from not making a mistake. Now, I don't want to put this all the way. Maybe I do. No, maybe not. I'm going to bring it over just a little bit. There we go. Well, if I put it to the end, it's actually a little less noticeable. I'm going to put it to the end. Sometimes you have to figure out whether do you want it to the end, because then it's less noticeable there. And let me go over here and add this. All right, now I have all my pieces. Great state of Michigan. Ah, so sorry, Annette. I'm not going to be able to help you. I'm way, way, way too far from Michigan. All right, so let's go grab our strips. Now these strips need to be subcut, and they are going to be subcut into, let me see if I find one. No. Well, you know what we're going to use? We're going to use something I'm not sure if you've seen. Some of you may have one, and I keep forgetting that I have one. So we're going to go grab it. Put this over here, because I know I have it already set for this measurement. Here we go. My stripology ruler. Yes, I also am a stripologist. I have to laugh when she says that. I think it's kind of funny and hoaxy. All right, good morning, Miss Leanna. Glad to see you're feeling better. Debbie. Yes, Debbie, I've gotten some sleep. I actually yesterday was at work and people were looking at me and they're like, are you okay, Leanna? I'm like, yeah, I'm just so tired. They go, yeah, you look exhausted. And I don't know why. I had sleep. I just major exhaustion. I took a COVID test once again. No COVID. I mean, I already had it twice in the last 3 months, but you never know. And I just had the crazy exhaustion. So it was my lunchtime. I normally go home. And I said to my principal, I don't even think I could make it home. I'm that tired. So I got into my car. Thank goodness it was a pretty warm day in New York. It was 51 degrees. Yes, it was 51 degrees when I went on my lunch. And I always have a fluffy quilt in my car. So I took a nap. Yes, I took a 45-minute nap in my car, woke up like a new woman, went back to work, worked a little, came home, and just relaxed. So I'm going to take my stripology ruler. I don't know, can you see? I laid the strip down. Yes, you can see. I laid the strip down. And I make sure that the 0 line has plenty of clearance. And I'm going to go ahead and before I do that, I also make sure my sew line, that one of these lines is on my sew line. And then I just make sure that everything is kind of square. And then I go for it and go on my 0. And then I subcut what I need to subcut. Now, I actually just did this subcut for a different quilt. And so therefore, I have my little purple arrows already telling me where to cut. So now I have my pieces cut, my subcuts. And I'm going to come over here. And we are going to put this one more up. Yep. Hola, disculpa por conectarme tan tarde. No, está muy bien, Angela. So she's saying that, hello, welcome. Pardoning her for being late. Nobody's late on a live. It's when you get here, you get here. I just appreciate you guys are on here with me this morning, keeping me company. No problema, Angela. So again, I come here to the 0 line. I make sure I have clearance. I check everything out. I go cut on my 0 line. And I don't know, can you see my little purple arrows? This is where it's telling me I can cut my subcuts for this particular pattern. And I have that. And then I come in here, and my last, I can make a couple more. And here we go. Again, I start at the 0, and I just subcut right through. And I'm almost done cutting. It's that fast. I absolutely love my Stripology ruler when I can use it. And when I remember, the problem is I have to remember to use it. I bought this when I went to the Houston Quilt Festival in November. And I met Gudra there, and she was doing demos on this. And I have another version I will show you here. I have this shape cut, and this is by June Taylor. The shape cut, I loved it. I used it for years. It's actually more economical than this one, but I will tell you, after using that one for so long and using this one now, and she's not paying me, I'm not an affiliate, she doesn't even know I'm over here talking about this. I didn't even remember that I even had this until 2 seconds ago, that I had it ready to go. I shouldn't say it. I knew I have it, but it really is a game changer from the June Taylor one. The June Taylor one is great. I used it for years. I will continue using it. I may even bring it with me to Puerto Rico to use it there. It's just that this one here gives me a longer span to cut. That's one thing. The second thing is there's a lot more I can do with this ruler. And the third thing is it doesn't shift. I will say I sometimes have issues with my shape cut shifting. I could use sandpaper dots on it actually, and I didn't think about that till right now. But this really is a game changer. Buying the real deal here, I call it. Look at that, perfect. And the last one. And now our quilt is all sewn up, pretty much. Right? All our blocks are sewn up. And now we're going to the design wall to put it together. Can you believe how fast this is going? This is going pretty fast. I do love it. Here, let's see if you can see on this side. It's got like grippy stuff. And it really does grip on there really well. And then I don't have the smaller version. There's a smaller version I'm thinking about investing, but it's an investment. Definitely is an investment. Here we go. But you know what? My block lock, I swear by block lock, and those are an investment too. Okay, I'm moving everybody. Disclaimer, I'm moving everybody. All right, we're back to my wall. I'm going to open this book up, and here we go. We are going to set our quilt out, and we are going to start over here. And you can't even see where I'm starting, so let's try that again. Here we go. We're going to start with this one and put that up. And then we are going to have one of these pieces. And this piece here. This piece here goes there. One, two, three, and four. So this has four focal pieces across. So I have to laugh, you know, my suit that I'm wearing here, I thought it was like a Betty White suit because I love Betty White. I loved her old beginning shows, and I loved her back in Hot in Cleveland and all her stuff. And you know how she, in Hot in Cleveland, if you've watched her show, she always had a velour jumpsuit on, or whatever, the tracksuit. And so here I thought I'm sporting the Betty White look, and my people at work are like, "Oh, Leanne, I see you're trending," and I'm like, "Trending? Betty White is trending now?" And they're like, "Who's? What's? No." Some of them don't even know who Betty White is. How do you not know who Betty White is? But anyway, they're like, "Yeah, from Mean Girls." I'm called Mean Girls, and they're like, I go, "That's an old, like an old show, and they're a movie." And they're like, "Oh no, it came out, the new redo." And apparently, in Mean Girls, the mom of Mean Girls wears a pink tracksuit, and I just thought that was funny. So my son brought that to my attention because coworkers were saying that, and I said to Dylan, I was like, "Dylan, what?" He loves Mean Girls. I was like, "What is Mean Girls about this?" And he goes, "Oh, that's the cool mom in the show. You didn't know that?" I go, "Nope, did not know that. Here I thought I was being cool like Betty White. Nope." So now when we do this, we're switching. So this block creation, we're going to make these block creations. That's one block. Then we have another block here. And it's going to go the other way. Let's see. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. So you know all about this, Sheila. This I have to watch. You know, it's been a very long time since I watched. I think I watched Mean Girls once. So he showed me the clip. So it's funny. I just thought it was funny because when I bought this, I mean, I just thought it was great, and I loved how it was bedazzled and it was juicy couture, and I just kind of found it funny. So everyone at work thinks I'm emulating Mean Girls. But yeah, I hope you guys know who Betty White is. Please tell me you guys know who Betty White is. It's just not me. So this is how you would lay it out, and you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you would do 5 rows. So let's go back though to my sewing, because I just wanted to show you the layout. Now I'm going to show you how, in the directions, how the book handles how. So the book calls this block here. This is block A in the book. And then this here is block B. So I'm going to sew blocks A and then blocks B. And then we would have a quilt. Let's see. What is it? And I'm probably not going to put this together because I'm going to wrap it up here soon so that you guys have time to go see Donnell. Let's see. Ox Stitch. Hello. Good morning, Ox Stitch. I'm not a regular mom. I'm cool. Okay, Golden Girls. Oh my gosh, Andrea, I was obsessed with Golden Girls. My kids would tell you, they're like, "Mom, we cannot, like, anytime we turn on the TV and we hear that thing, thank you for being what is it? Thank you for being my friends," or something like that. Oh yes, I watched a lot of Golden Girls. A lot. But her newest one was Hot in Cleveland. We watched that too. I know Betty White. I'm glad, because I started feeling really old when people didn't know what Betty White was or who she was. Quilt top done. Time to make binding. Yes, Sheila. Quilt top is done. Almost. Yes, Betty White. Yes, married Alan London. Good looking. LOL. Everyone should know Betty White. She's such an icon, funny and classy at all times. I know. I'm the Betty White of my friends. Mary Tyler Moore. I know. Yeah, she was in the. That's right. And I watched that too. Mary Tyler Moore show. That's right. She was. What was she? The secretary? I don't remember. She was with Lou, right? I don't know. I watched a lot of TV Land, you know, and I watch a lot of the old stuff, old TV shows. But in any case, I am going to wrap this up. Do you want to see me put together block A and block B, or do you kind of get where I was going with this? Because that's what I'm going to do. Just let me know. Yes, you want me to put this. Okay, let me put, I will move you, but I definitely do not want to rain on Donnell's parade because she's going to have Debbie from In Quilt Fact with her. So I want to make sure that she has your guys' time. All right, so block A. So I am going to take one of our strips and I'm going to put the top focal down, and then 1/4 inch seam, we're going to go with a 1/4 inch seam. And then we're going to do, how many of these do I need? I need block A. We need to make quite a bit of these. We're going to go with I don't think I'm giving anything out to say that you need to make in this pattern, but I do need to double check that. Here we go. So I have block A is going. We're gonna make that go super fast right now. Gotta run, catch you in the replay. Yes, bye-bye, Annette. I need to go too because I do not want to go into their time. It's just a polite thing to do. But here is block A. Okay, block B. Block B. Let's show you what block A is. Did I do that right? Yeah. So here's block A. Make sure this is block A. And now block B. Block B is you would take the focal fabric and then now you would put this with the green down here. And then you would make a pile of these. And then that is what makes your rows. And you're alternating rows between blocks A and B. Wouldn't it be put on the other side? So here, I'll show them to you side by side. So this is B and this is A. And I think I cut these just, yeah. So we'll come back and I'll show you where they go. So here it goes. We're going to put you up. So we have, this would come here to go on this row. And you see they go there. And then this would be here. And so you would just make your block A's, block B's. This would be again block A row and a block B row. So you just alternate A, B, and theirs has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like this one would be, see, you can't just switch them because then you have the wrong orientation. So you really have to actually make sure that you don't think you can do it all at once. and that would be it. Then you would have your 5 rows across, and then your 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks across. So that's what it will be. I will use that other stuff for borders, and you will see, can't see the left row. The left row. Let me see. Is that better? There we go. So that's where, I mean, I have to move this over a little bit, but this is where it would be. And I would fill, obviously I would have to fill the rest of this in and sew the rest of it. And I will be sewing and filling the rest of this in on Danelle's live. That I'll just switch over to there for a little bit so I can finish this up and then hopefully have it on my long arm by the end of the day. So I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I have 56 of you out here and 24 of you gave me thumbs up. So thank you so much for giving me the thumbs up. And I'm so grateful. I am really, really grateful to each and every one of you that you came this morning on this last minute impromptu live. It really touches my heart. And Sheila, she says, thank you for keeping me company this morning while I sew. Your quilt is looking super cute. Have a and then this is from Debbie. Have a wonderful weekend. Christy says, very nice. Have a blessed day. See you in the next live. Love it. Very pretty. Thank you so much. And so take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you like what you see on your way out, please hit that thumbs up button. And I appreciate you all. I'm going to go to Donnell's live here in about 6 minutes. And enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.